friends, it's Megan Elizabeth with AboveRubyStudio.com coming at you today with a Tuesday tutorial utilizing the all-new Artfully scent Cricut cartridge. I wanted to show you guys how to make a pop-up card today. I showed you a couple swing cards, even the fact the kids made the swing cards, and how fun and easy these really truly are to make. And we're going to do a really pretty, I'm actually going to do my own little spin on it. I'm not going to do everything from start to finish here, but it's on page 15 in the cartridge handbook. It's just a very pretty bursty flower. I'm not exactly sure what kind of flower you would call it, but I think it's going to be really cute. Now there's a sentiment that says my heart is with you, but I'm actually going to use the sentiment stamps that are included in the Cricut cartridge bundle for this one in particular. So we're gonna get started. I am using paper from the brushed collection. It's beautiful, and this particular sheet is really one of my favorites. It's that very like light burst, soft light, bokeh kind of effect, I guess is what you would call it. And the reverse is just beautiful with the leaves as well. The colors in this collection are very bright. I wasn't really going to use this collection until next spring. I really wasn't going to show it to you, but I couldn't resist. And I've been using the stamp set. I actually used the stamp set during Cropped and a couple other things, because the stamp set that's included in this particular brushed workshop on the go kit with the Oh-So and the butterfly and these leaves I love. And this set is only included with the brushed workshop on the go kit. So there's some really cool things. There's actually some metal assortment flowers on here with some glittery pieces. They're three-dimensional and they've got adhesive on them. And then there's also a roll of washi tape included as well in the workshop on the go kit. So it's a great value, and the papers are just beautiful. I'm going to use this and then also the cranberry solid base cardstock. So let's get started. Actually, I need to restick my mat a little bit. I still use Crafter's Companion Stick and Spray. That is my choice for resticking my mats. But there's different options available. Or just pick up new mats if you need to. We're going to start with the red base. And I'm actually going to cut this out twice, and we're going to see how it comes together if I do that. But we're going to cut it at 5 inches. That's actually what it recommends in the handbook, so that things are proportionate to cut both layers, and that's what we're going to do. Now for this, I'm actually cutting this layer first. Okay, this is the cutout and the pop-up section, so it's actually the shift. So we're going to select our pop-up function on the card, making sure real dial size is off, or actual measurement size or dimension size or whatever you want to call it. Make sure it's turned off. It's at 5 inches, and I'm going to do this twice. It's on shift, and it's the letter T, so whoops, I need to do it shift twice or shift lock. And then load our mat. Speed and pressure should be good, and cut. Oh, okay, so it's not going to fit on there twice, and that's okay. I'll just let it cut out the one time, and then I'll show you what we're going to do for the second. We'll cheat it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to unload that, and that would be why you can see how much space that took up. It's not going to cut twice on a page. I thought there would be more space, because I thought it would go the other way. That's okay. It's making a 5x7 card. It's kind of the default card size with this cartridge. Okay, and just be really, really, really careful. You can actually reuse a lot of these pieces here and re-glue them back on. It would take some effort. I'm not going to lie to you. That would take a lot of effort to place them all down on the front of the card, but it could be very beautiful. So this is actually the inside of the card. This is actually the little pop-up flap, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. I'm going to get this off, and I think I'm going to need to grab another sheet of cranberry so I can do my idea. It's actually the outside, but I'm going to make a second outside. So it's going to actually, the cutout recommended is actually only these 2 layers and then these 2 pieces. These are like the accents, and then this is actually the card base. I'm going to make an additional front to the card, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. But now we're going to cut out this part here. This is the folding base, and that's going to be in this like color from the brushed collection. So load that in. Now we don't need to do the shift this time. It's still on the pop-up card, but it's just the lowercase t essentially is what's going to come up, and that's just your basic card base, and it's going to stay at 5 inches. It's going to be a simple quick cut. It's going to put the little dash lines in as to where you need to score it. And I need my other sheet of cranberry here. How pretty is that? Isn't that awesome? Oh, I love it. Love it. All right, we'll keep that to the side because there's still plenty of paper to work with there. And here's another sheet of cranberry. This is going to be for the front. Actually, since I didn't do 2 of these the first time, I'm maybe kind of glad I didn't. Let's do this. Take a look. We're going to load in our mat. Not quite even, so I'm going to move it a little bit. And I'm actually going to do the sleeve here. I'm going to do the sleeve at 5 inches. Okay. We're going to switch it to sleeve. We're going to see if this works, because this is combining 2 things here. I'm thinking this may be the front of my card showing through, and I'm going to have to cut it, but I think this may work. So let's give this a try. If it doesn't work, you can blame me later. So it's the sleeve, it's the shift, and then the letter T. It's all on the same button. We'll keep it at 5 inches. We're going to have to cut it in half. Keep that in mind. It should come up in a second. Pretty cool. And then cut. And actually really cute. It says on this little card here, it actually says "So Sassy." I think it says "Sassy." Yeah, it looks like it says "So Sassy." That's pretty cute. Alright, let's unload. Okay, so this is at 5 inches. We could have gone ahead and did the 7, I think. But that's okay. Oh wow, this is cute. This will actually give us a little bit more of a border and then a coordination. So I'm going to set this, oh wait, I got to do the, can't forget to do the other flower. If you see here, it says 5 inches, so we'll keep it on the 5 inches. We're going to go to the icon. And again, it's not the shift, it's just the lowercase, so we'll just leave that be, make sure that's off. And then the T again, and it should do this guy right here on the icon. Now, it's going to be proportionate. These are not true size. If you wanted a true 5-inch flowery, whatever this is, you would want to make sure real dial size is on. Remember, Cricut measures from highest point to lowest point. So it's not going to be a 5-inch huge flower burst. It's going to be proportionate to this card cutout that we're doing. 5 inches and go. You're going to want to be careful. Put this aside. Turn this off. It's going to be kind of delicate with all the interior cuts coming out, but isn't that beautiful? Oh, love that. You could use that on so many different things. It's a great medallion. We have our card base, we have our card interior, and this is going to be our card front. Now this is quite a bit smaller than I kind of thought it was going to be, but I think it's going to work just fine. I'll show you what we're going to do with it. I'm going to grab my score buddy. And there are little tick lines. It should be right at the 5-inch line. Pretty darn close anyway. Go all the way to the end. And it's going to be your 5x7 card base. Alright, so that's going to be the first part of this. Okay, that'll set to the side. Then we have this guy here, okay? Again, the same thing. It should be really close to that 5-inch line where those tick guides are. And that's about right. I'm going to stay right along that line there. I'm actually going to flip it to make sure that I stay on the 5-inch. Because this is going to pop out or fold out while the rest folds in. Okay, does that make sense? So we're actually going to fold this out. It still needs a score line in it, so I'm actually going to flip it upside down. But it's going to go the opposite way. That's not straight. There we go. So it's going to fold the opposite way. So this is folding in, while this part you're going to fold out, and creates a little platform. So if you want to get a really good tight crease, you could just take it along your score pal, right along the ends of the cut, just right along that very edge there, and get in there so that it gives it a little platform to kind of stand on. Okay, gets a little extra tight creases in there. It makes a little box that stands out, okay? And then the card folds. You can tighten these creases with your bone folder. I highly recommend having some type of scoreboard with this cartridge. Highly recommend it. It makes it so much easier. Okay, now this goes on the inside of your card base. See those pretty colors that come popping through? Set this aside. Now this is what's going to glue on here. Now you can choose either side to pop out. You can choose the green, or you can choose the pink from the outside. Since there is the green, I'm going to actually flip it, and I'm going to do it this way because the green's coming through. I like that a lot. That's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to adhere this down first. And I'm actually going to adhere this side first. This will be the easier side. I'm going to make sure that it's lined up the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to line it up inside the crease is where I'm starting, okay? So that the creases are lined up. I'm going to take my adhesive, go right on down, keep the creases lined up, and just fold the card over. Just like that. Okay? Pop. And there it is. Now we're going to do the other side the exact same way. Okay? This cartridge that I'm using, this is the Perma Squares. I'm not as big of a fan of the Perma Squares. I like the straight line, like I love the Extreme Tack, but Extreme Tack is actually a little too intense for just regular card making. So there, it's an auto instant pop-up. Okay, it's just beautiful. I'm going to use some wet adhesive for this. I'll actually just grab my adhesive, and I'm just going to go right along the line here. Just right on the, because it'll dry and it'll be fine. Okay, and that should dry just fine. Just like that. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I adore it. Okay, the other thing I want to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the shimmer trim. What I didn't know about this is that it actually has adhesive on the back, and I didn't know this when I got it at first. So I'm going to just trim it down to the size that I about need. And the adhesive's already on there, so no muss, no fuss. Gives a little extra bling on the inside. Plenty of room to write, and you can always write below. You can do a sentiment on the inside as well if you wanted to. And the other thing that I think is really cool, if you fold it in before you put this on, you could stamp on here, and actually I've seen this before, and put a little sentiment stamp on the inside of the pop-up so that when it's standing up you can see a little sentiment in there as well, or like a heart, or just something a little extra frilly. But really the idea is when it pops up, this is what you just get, the surprise on the inside, which is awesome. Okay, so we're close that up. Now I have this front that I was telling you about here that's going to match the card. So I need to actually trim this off, and we're going to do a couple things with this. Cutting it in half. We can use this for something else later on. Next thing I'm going to do is round the corners. 1/4 inch round, just to give it a more finished off, complete look. This is bunching it all together. It's allowing that color to come popping through again. So it kind of coordinates, ties the outside and inside together in a beautiful way. Let's see, which way do we want this to go? I'm going to do it like this. Love that. Isn't that just like a pop? Okay, I'm going to do my shimmer trim. And let's see, do I want it to go this way? I'm gonna have it go that way. Peel off that backing sheet. It's a little crooked, so let's take it from here. And just open the card to trim off exact overhang. That's about right. So then just take your adhesive We're gonna go this way with it. I changed my mind because I'm gonna actually stamp on here instead. I was gonna stamp in the lower corner, but I'm gonna stamp on the red and do white. I was going to use slate, which is a nice gray color, and it looks beautiful on top of yellow. So you could actually do both, but I'm gonna actually use white, and I'm gonna go right on here. Brushed assortment collection of embellishments that are included. I'm gonna pull these guys off. Check out these. These are so cool. I'm gonna add, I think 2. Yeah. Okay, they're really strong adhesive on there, so watch that. They have glitter on them, and it ties that shimmer together as well, which is awesome. And then the white for my white stamping. And I'm going to use Enjoy Your Special Day. Okay. One of the sentiments included in here. You know I love the word enjoy. Put that down. White Daisy, be really careful. This is one of the pigment inks, so it's extra juicy. Touch it very gently. Get good coverage on there, but gentle. You could actually emboss this. That would look beautiful too. Enjoy Your Day. Would really make the white just pop out. And you know what? We're going to emboss it, but we're going to emboss it with some holographic glitter. Oops. This is a Ranger embossing holographic powder. This was the very first heat embossing holographic powder I ever bought when I got into scrapbooking and stamping. And I love it. It's so shimmery. It makes colors just stand out. And the fact that we're using the shimmer along here complements very well. And the white will still come through. Okay. So that's on there. You just grab your heat gun. Okay. And then you have that extra shimmer of your sentiment, of the side of your card, of the pop-up inside, all tying together just beautifully. I actually feel like I want to do just one other thing along this edge here. I'm going to finish it off by grabbing my ice white pearl pen. And I'm going to just go down along this side here. In a lined pattern. And we'll call it a day with our Enjoy Your Special Day card. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. As always, you guys can go ahead and grab the Artfully Sent cartridge and the new stamps and bundle all included at aboverubies.ctmh.com. Check out aboverubystudio.com for more great ideas. We have an awesome prize pack going on right now. When you purchase or pick up the Artfully Sent Cricut cartridge, there are special goodies and giveaways all through October, so don't miss any of them. October 2014, only available through aboverubystudio.com when you get the Artfully Sent cartridge, and I know you're going to love creating amazing interactive pop-up cards just like this and so much more. Bye-bye!